All right. So next module in utilities we have is a field, and this is little not like complex, but little bit weird to understand at first. So for now, just understand what this does. In the field, we have first node as accumulate field, and let's start with accumulate field. So we have a node which have a value input, group ID input, and we have to choose data types. If we want to change the data type input, we can change it, and it does work on point, edges, faces, all that stuff. So currently it is on point, and it gives you three output options. Okay, and let me explain to you what is exactly happening in this setup right here. So this is a cube stacks, right? So I'm actually stacking that cubes on the mesh line. So this is our mesh line, and I'm actually stacking on each point. I'm actually adding a cube. So there will be cube here, there will be cube here, right? I guess, can you see this? I guess you can see this, yeah, but white looks much better. So there will be cube on each of this point, okay? And this is the cube, but I'm actually adding it with my random value option, right? So this is my random value option. So it will be minimum at 0 and maximum at 1. And this is a seed option, so I can change the seed in order to get a different result. But what this exactly doing, accumulate field, it is actually storing my ID value. So for example, I have this line, right? I have this mesh line. I have this point at 0. I have next point at 1, then next 2, and like that until my count 10 will be done. So my counting will be done at this point, at this point, which is 9. Okay, so this is how it is going to store that value in my accumulate field. That is why it is representing at value. But because I'm taking a random values, which means I'm actually randomizing the value between 0 to 1. So I'm telling the blender to randomize the cube from 0 to 9 on that particular value, right? And technically it is like calculating just like our set position, which means calculating from 0th position to 9th, which means 0 1 2 3 4 9 to 9, and it is going to add a cube. But because I'm also putting this exact value in my scale, right? So this is my original cube looks like, which have a normal scale, right? But if I use the same randomization on top of the scale, that's why it is differently giving me scale for each instance. Okay, but it does have 3 different outputs, and I will explain you what this output does. So we have leading means it is going to start from bottom, like from 0 position. Trailing means it is going to start from top, my 1st position, or I will say 9th or nth position, right? 9th. And total means it is going to calculate like an average, right? Average between the 2 corresponding values. So let's actually put leading into Z. You can see it started from 0. Like this is my 0 and this is my 1. And then there is a random values in between, right? If I do trailing, then it will start from this. So it is hidden, but this is here actually. This is at 0. Okay, this is 0 and this is a random value, and then this is a 1th value. Then there is a total, which is like an average in between. But because it is taking that, let me actually scale up and down and let's see what it is doing. So it is technically just randomly spawning at any position and at any scale of that cube. So it is taking that. You can also hover to understand what it is doing. The total of all values in corresponding group, correct. But it is not going to give you one single cube, rather it is going to give you, it is not going to give you multiple cubes, rather it is only going to give you one single cube. And because I'm offsetting from Z, you can see that, but if I do it on Y or maybe on X as well, right? So that way it works. So that was accumulate field, right? It is going to store the field data from 0 to nth position at that index, and then we can use certain operations. Next node we have in our field is evaluate at index, and let's actually put this inside this. So what this is going to do, because this is at 0th index, it is the cube is spawned at 0, but if I tweak in between until I hit maybe 9, so this is my end position, because I have 10 as a count, right, on my mesh line. So because it is at 9th, if I put 10, it will go back to the bottom because there is no 10th position. So no matter how much I increase this after 10, it will not do anything, because there is not enough points on the line. So it just evaluates the index at certain position on the mesh line. So if I do maybe like 20, and if I put 20 here, you can see it is just going on top. So that is evaluate at index. Very easy to understand, right? There is not enough to explain. You already know the domain and data type option, so it's really easy to understand. So the next node we have is evaluate on domain. So let's actually get rid of at index, and if I put this trailing into Z, technically it is not doing that much, because it is just taking this option but on the domain, so it gives you a separate node to use that, but it is exactly doing the same. So you can switch the domain type here as face, you can switch the integer type, you can switch the boolean. Currently it is float, but we can't do that much. But if I try to do spline or instance, it will not change that much, but technically it is just giving this data type and this domain type as a separate node in my evaluate on domain. Like obviously there is a value toggle there, but what is the point of that value if you cannot use this, right? But it is evaluate on the domain, right? So let me actually get rid of that, and let's put this in a scale. Okay, so let's actually let's actually look at the next set of nodes. So we have field average, and let's actually put this here, and let me actually do this and this, no, or maybe let's do that with this and with this. So can I see that? No, I cannot. So let's actually do that and that. It's okay, we can just see that there. So what is exactly happening? It is just taking a average between the fields. So let's actually put it there. So this is our 0 to nth position, right, in the field. This is our field. It is taking a min point and a median point, which is, I guess, somewhere here or here, I guess, I don't know. So let me actually put it here. Yeah, so min point is above here and median point is, I guess, okay, it is little bit above there. So it is just going to take that average value, right? And we have float type as the data type as vector and float, right? Then we have domains as well. So field average does that, we have similar node which is field min and max. So let me actually do this. So what it is going to do, because our mean value is here, it is taking mean value there, and if I do max value, which is our ninth position, so this is 0 and this is 9, right? So it is exactly that. So if you can check it here, right, this is 0 and that is 9, and it is doing the exact same. It is just taking min or either max value, right? Easy to understand. Then we have field variance, and this is a mathematical thing. So if you know what is standard deviation and variance, it is going to take a standard deviation value which is somewhere in middle for this example, and for a variance I guess it will be same. Oh no, it will shift. Okay, so it is a mathematical thing. Again, I don't understand the standard deviation maths, but it is something. And I guess that is it for a field. Okay, you can rewatch for summary. Thanks for watching. Like and share this video and subscribe to channel so you don't miss the next part.